Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. This is RJ's Cave, and today we're going to be talking about you, because if you're watching this video, then you're thinking about picking up the electric guitar, but you got some concerns about this big specter of music theory. So we're going to talk about that. Before we do though, do me a favor. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, please hit the subscription button as well as the notification bell. YouTube sees all those buttons hit, they definitely take notice, and they try and put us in front of some more eyes. So anything you could do would really help us out. Thank you very much. Right? So we're talking about music theory today, right? Music theory, right? This is a big mountain to most people, and beginners, you don't know anything at all about it. So when you're thinking about it and you're concerned when you're first starting out, your mind is it's a creative place, and it goes a lot of different directions, especially when there's no anchors to anything that's real. So if you don't know anything about a subject beyond what a little goes beyond, a little conversation between other people who don't know much, then it ends up sounding so convoluted and big. It can get so huge so easy, right? So, but the reality of music theory is a little simpler than that. There is a lot of music theory. Don't get me wrong, okay? Music theory is everything, okay? Everything about music is music theory, from the naming of a note to the last idea ever done, which happens every 2 seconds. I think there's new ones coming up. So so there's tons of stuff, okay? But music theory, navigating music theory, isn't about getting to all of it, okay? You don't need all of it. You just need some of it, right? Guys who play rock guitar and make millions of dollars know like 4 scales, a handful of chords. I'm not everybody, of course, but there's plenty of guys out there that don't know a whole lot of advanced stuff. They just have a lot of what they like that works, and that's what they're comfortable playing. And not comfortable because that's only thing they know, but comfortable because those tones, the way things sound, the way things feel, that sings to them, and that's the path they took. And it ends at a certain point. Whether they've gotten there or not yet, who knows? But everyone's path is going to be different through music, okay? So, and it's something you can learn forever, and a lot of people do. A lot of people start out learning certain things, and then they decide, you know what, I don't want to be a blues player anymore. I want to learn how to play classical, so I'm going to start focusing on my major scales and all the harmonic majors and all this other stuff. So yes, and they'll go on and do that. Yngwie Malmsteen knows tons of special classical sounding scales, and that's where he lives. Right? So that's it. But if they do anything else, if they decide to learn anything else, they can do that. There's tons of other stuff that they can learn. Look at Kiko Loureiro from Megadeth. Phenomenal player. He does a lot of exotic scales, and you can tell in his playing. And he's a phenomenal player. Very different than other players, though. Listen to him, and then listen to somebody like Kirk Hammett or Joe Satriani. Okay, and you're gonna get different sounds from all 3 of those guys. Okay, because that's the signs of who they are as players. He went down his path, Kiko, and Kirk went down his path, and Joe went down his path, and so you don't have to learn everything. And it's not a giant mountain. It's actually a bunch of small ideas that were created and work on top of each other, okay? Like, for example, and this is not indicative of exactly how things went, okay? But let's say someone creates the major scale, okay? then learns how to play on an instrument, and then goes and teaches somebody else how to do that on that instrument. Now that person gets tired of that, likes that, but gets tired of it. He's like, and decides, I like it this way. And now he's created the minor scale. Okay? So now he knows 2 scales, and he takes to the next person, and so on and so on. And that's kind of what happens. Right? So it's not a giant mountain. It's just a constant flow of new things to do. Don't think of it as a negative. Think of it as the infinite learning of music. Okay, I look at this part of it as my equivalent of my grandfather doing the Sunday New York Times crossword puzzle in pen. That kept his mind fresh. He's a very intellectual person, and that kept his mind fresh until just about his passing. And that for me, that's it. It's mental exercise as much as anything else. It's something that makes me a little special and keeps me fresh. So whatever fresh may mean, right? So don't ever worry about things like that with music theory. Okay. Get yourself a good teacher, all right? Your first teacher. I'm going to say this in a few videos probably. Get yourself a good teacher. They're going to explain things to you. They're not going to be telling you everything about everything, because there's a lot that they can give you about every little thing that you're learning. And even though you're not actually you might learn one scale and learn a handful of chords and this and that. There's a lot that can get confusing unless it's laid out a certain way, okay? So, if he tries to give you all the different ideas that go along with learning a certain specific thing, it can become mind-blowing because you don't understand all those other aspects yet. You're still being introduced to that first aspect, and then you have to explore that aspect a little while to gain understanding as a whole concept, and then move on to the next concept, okay? And I know that sounds a little convoluted and advanced or whatever, but it's something that applies to every simple little thing. The other thing is, when you practice, small is better. If you have a problem with something, back off. Don't do a whole run, and don't go up and down the whole entire scale over six strings. Do it over 3, and then do it over the other 3, and then put the 2 together. You know what I'm saying? That can apply to just a section of trying to get through like 3 or 4 notes, even, hypothetically speaking. So, excuse me. So yeah, so just don't worry so much and trust, okay? Trust your teacher, and anything that you have concerns about, come here. This is what I want to do with this channel, okay? If you have any concerns or anything, come here, ask me, okay? Put it in the comments for these videos. This one about music theory, and my other one about physical practice, okay? The practice video, okay? Watch them both. Do me that favor, please, and just write in the comments any other concerns that you have, things that worry you, things that might sound too big, or anything, whatever. I'm just trying to let you know that anything that you have an issue with, if you can make me understand what the issue is that you're having, I can help you. I'm pretty confident I can help you figure it out. And if I can't figure it out alone with you, maybe the 2 of us together can figure it out, right? So let's do that together. Come here and learn to be a better guitar player through all the other stuff we're going to do. I'm going to do videos about building a guitar, if you want. We're going to do the parts of the guitar. We're going to do how to upgrade your amp speaker. That's a nice, easy upgrade that's relatively inexpensive. That's a good thing to do. What kind of guitar should be your first guitar? What's the difference between a single cut style guitar and a classic S style double cut guitar? The different types of tremolos, different types of tuners. We're going to go through all these things, and I'm going to teach you how to do a setup. Okay? So we want to do all those things. And if you have any other ideas and other things that we can do, definitely share them in the comments of any of the videos that you see that I'm doing right now. Okay? I'm going to keep trying. I got a lot of different ideas, and I want to keep sharing. Please go into the comments. Give me some positive stuff, all right? Don't beat me up too much. I know my accent is thick. I got a New York accent. I'm sorry. What can I do? But yeah, together we'll have a good time, and hopefully you can evolve and become a great player. Hopefully I can help you along the way. And I guess that's it for now. This is RJ's Cave. You guys take it easy. Till next time. Later.